D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So, on this episode, with the impending Fox and Disney merger, I thought I would take this time to give you my X-Men MCU casting, and I thought I'd break it down and tell you who I chose, why I chose them, and why I think they'll be good for the part. Now, I want to just start off by saying... For this one, I did not cast the original X-Men, the 5 that were in the original team, except for Cyclops. And the reason I did that is because I don't think that they would be the best fit for the MCU right off the bat. I don't think that them as the first movie, as the mutants, introducing them to the MCU would be the best idea. I think that having the X-Men... in the comic books, for one of their missions, they were captured by the Living Island. I can't remember its name off the top of my head, but they were captured, and then Professor X, Cyclops was the only one that got away, and then Professor X had to get a whole new team together, and he picked from around the world. He picked a collection of X-Men, and I think that that second wave is the best group to pick for the X-Men movies, and they can do that storyline where the first team, I think that they're more age appropriate along with Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and I think that it would be great for them to interact with him. I don't, but I think that this second team, casting some older people, and I'll tell you why as we go on, and I think that really getting them, this is the best way to integrate them into the MCU. And so just hear me out, and if you don't like my choices, that's cool, but just hear me out and see where I'm going with this. All right, so the first one I'm going to cast is I'm going to cast Professor X. Now, for this one, I cast Ian Glenn. Now, I know that he is an American. I tried to cast country appropriate actors, but for some of them I picked somebody else. Now I know this guy's not American. He is on Game of Thrones and everything, but I really think that he's got the look that he needs to pull this off, especially if you shave his head and give him a fantastic looking wheelchair. I really think that he can pull this part off. I think he's a good actor. I think that he not only does he pull off Game of Thrones really well, and he pulls off a villain really well, but I think that he'll do a good job as a good guy and a leader in this role, and so he is my choice for Professor X. Now, for my next one is Cyclops. Now, Cyclops, I chose a younger person instead of an older person because I feel that the X-Men, like I said before, the first team should be along the ages of Spider-Man, and I feel like they've already done Spider-Man, so they really don't want to kind of repeat that. So I think that the best fit for this is someone that is around Spider-Man's age / Tom Holland's age. So I chose Nick Robinson. Now, he is fresh off of Love, Simon, which if you haven't seen that movie, I suggest watching it. It is an excellent movie, and he did a great job in it. I think he's a really really good actor. So I think that he will do the best job in this one, and I think that he is young enough because I believe he's 22, which is Tom Holland's age, or maybe Tom Holland's 23 now, but they're pretty close to the same age. So I feel that Tom Holland and him will look the same age in the movie and everything. And Nick Robinson does pull off a high schooler pretty well. So my next person that I want to pick is Storm. And this one, I did not choose an actress. I chose a model from, and now I know Storm is from Kenya, but this model is from Liberia, and her name is Dida Howard. And she recently made headlines for starting a project called Black Mirror, not to get confused with the now Netflix show, but it started where she takes famous photos that have traditionally white models in them, and she puts herself in them to show that they are just as viable and just as good and everything. And the reason she did that is she was getting very frustrated with not being able to get work as a black model. And then she even found it hard to get representation because she's a lot of people didn't want to take on this top black models in the to have her take on top black models in their agencies. So I know a lot of people would be hesitant to cast a model because they're like, maybe she can't act. But I think that not only on top of this is Miss Howard a model, she's also studying health and science. So I think that she's got a little bit of a brain. And I think that if you follow her on any social media, I think that she really strives to make herself smarter and learn as she goes along. So I think that, and acting is just like anything else, you can learn to act. And I think that traditionally, and I picked a dark-skinned black woman because traditionally they have chose light-skinned black women to play Storm, and I really think that dark black-skinned women should be given a chance. And this one was kind of hard to, because I did want to pick Lupita Nyong'o, but one of the negative things that's come out of Black Panther is they have snatched up all the black talent in Hollywood. Well, not all of it, but a lot of the black talent, especially some really talented black females and dark-skinned black females. And Lupita Nyong'o is fantastic, and she would have been my first choice. But like I said, she was already taken. She's already in the MCU. So she can't be my Storm now. But that is my choice for that. So my next one is Thunderbird. Now for Thunderbird, I've chosen Gino Segers. I think that's how you say his name. And now he is, the thing that I mostly know him from is that he played a part in Banshee, and he was a Native American. He played a leader of the Indian Kanaho tribe. And in real life, I don't know what Native American tribe he's from, but Thunderbird is Apache, and I think that his look in Banshee was just was so great, and I think he's got a mixture of Native American and African American in him. But I think that he's in Banshee, he's very big, and he's got such a great look in that show that I thought, as soon as I was casting this, he was the first person that I thought of. Like, he would just be perfect for this role. And I really think that, and he did a good job. If you watch that show, the season that he was on, I believe it was season 3, he does such a great, he's angry, and I think that Thunderbird's kind of an angry guy in there, rightfully so. But I think that he is just the best choice for that one. So, for my next one, I'm going to cast Wolverine, and I have decided to cast Graham McTavish. Now, he is not Canadian, he is Scottish, but I think that his role as Dwalin in the Hobbit series, he did such a great job, and I think even though he's taller, McTavish is 6'2", but I think that the way that they took him and made him shorter in the Hobbit movies, that maybe they can do that in these movies. And I just think that he's got a really great look to what Wolverine looks like in the comic books. And that's what I want them to do in the MCU, is I want them to make Wolverine look more like in the comic books. He's shorter. He's, not as ripped as Hugh Jackman, although we love Hugh Jackman. But I really think that Graham McTavish is would be a great addition to the MCU. Now for Nightcrawler, I've decided to pick Louis Hoffman. I'm not sure how you say his first name. Or Hoffman. I don't know how you say it. Hopefully, please don't judge me for my pronunciation. I really am trying. Now, he does a fantastic show on Netflix called Dark. It is a German show, and he is from Germany. And he does such a great job on this show. And he's got a great look, and he's just going to be painted blue, that I really think that he would do a great job in this role. I really feel that and he can, he could speak German in there, and I think he should speak German. Some subtitles be great for people to get through. But I just think he's the best choice for it. So my next one is Colossus. Now, I'm sorry, this one was super easy. I just chose Stefan Kapicic. And you will know him from Deadpool and Deadpool 2, because he does the voice of Colossus. And he is a Serbian actor, not Russian, but he does such a great job. And the Colossus from Deadpool and Deadpool 2 is my Colossus from the comic books. I think that he looks great, I think he sounds great, and I think they should just keep the Colossus from Deadpool and just move it over to the MCU. They don't have to have it connected if this Fox deal goes through, although I do think that Deadpool will be the only property that survives. I don't think the X-Men series will survive moving over to Disney. But I think that this character should. I think they do an excellent job. They do a perfect job of Colossus in Deadpool, and I think they should keep every single bit of it. I don't think they should change a thing. Now, for my last two characters of Banshee and Sunfire, I know that it's very 1950s to only put one woman on your team. I don't like this idea. I don't think that it's good, especially in today's time. So, I think that for Banshee and Siryn, you can gender swap, and you can do either one. Banshee, you can substitute Banshee for his daughter Siryn, and Sunfire, you can substitute the male Sunfire for the female Sunfire that was in Exiles. And so I'm going to cast both male and female if you want to switch either one, because you don't have to have 3 females, you can have 2 females, but I would say at least 2 females on the team. So for Banshee / Siryn, so for Banshee, I cast Robert Sheehan. Don't judge me for pronunciation. And you may know him from the TV show Misfits. So he is not a stranger to superpowers, but he's Irish, and I think he does such a great job. I think he's a great actor. I think he's very charismatic, and that's what you need for Banshee. I think he's funny, also what you need for Banshee. And I think he could do a great job. I think that I think this is an excellent choice if they decide to go with the male Banshee. If they go with the female Siryn, I think that they should cast Rose Leslie. Now, I know she's not Irish, she is Scottish, but she did such a great job in Game of Thrones that I really think that she proved herself that she has acting chops, and I think that she will do a really great job as the female Banshee in this movie. So for my last casting is the Sunfire. And I think that for the male version, I have cast Brian T. Now, you may have remembered him. He was one of the villains, one of the many villains from the Wolverine movie. And I really don't think that that movie utilized him as an actor. I think that I think he's a great actor, and I think that they could have done a much better job in that movie with him. And I think that this will give him the chance to do that. For the female version, I have cast Rinko Kikuchi. Please don't judge me. And you may know her from the movie Pacific Rim. Now, I have cast her because not only is she beautiful, I think that she can also do kind of a tough exterior, but this character in the comic books Exiles was so light and fun, but yet she was very heartwarming, and I really think that I think that Sunfire as a female would be I would choose it as to be the other female, but I think that Rinko can really bring the femininity to the character that it needs, and the elegance that it needs. And then this will also be a great opportunity for the LGBT community if they cast the female Sunfire, because she is a lesbian. And I think that that would be great as far as representation goes. Now, as far as representation goes, this cast would be crazy diverse. I mean, you don't have an all-white team, you don't have mostly male team. It's diverse. It's very, I think it speaks of the time, and I think it would be great to really pick this team for the MCU to start off with. And then afterward, and that can be their mission to go and save the original X-Men. And you could cast the original X-Men and just have them in the last scene, but I really feel like this is the best choice to go. I really hope Kevin Feige sees the same things that I am seeing, and I really hope he chooses the exact same X-Men that I have chosen. So what did you guys think of my choices for the MCU X-Men? Did you like them? Did you not like them? Is there some people would you change? Would you have a Wolverine be a female instead of a male? Tell me if you like this video, and if you do like this video, please hit that like. If you don't like this video, could you please tell me what you didn't like about this video so that I can improve, because I'm always trying to get better. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you could share this on your social media, I would so appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.